Hey, it's Scott Johnston here from Bayside Blue Oaks. I'm one of the pastors over there. And before we get into today's devotional, you just need to know something about me. I am a terrible gardener, okay? I have a lot of friends who got into the whole plant thing recently. That does not work for me, okay? Plants come to my house to die, okay? And in my backyard, there are weeds everywhere, and they were growing everywhere. And I was going, you know what? I'm gonna scorch earth this thing, and I'm gonna stop growing things in my backyard. Like, I don't even want it anymore. So that's what I did. I went back out there, I dug out all the ground and all this stuff. And, you know, a couple days later, I go back out, and I start to see all of these little green shoots starting to crop up everywhere. And I'm going, wait, what happened? I thought I scorched everything. I thought I got rid of everything. And yet there were still weeds growing in my backyard. You know what? I always thought it was something like this. I always thought that, man, it only mattered asking this question, whether or not I'm growing. Like, I always ask the question, man, like, am I actually growing anything? But the reality is that the question's not whether or not I'm growing, but what am I growing? Am I growing in wisdom? Am I growing in discernment and maturity and in love? Or am I growing other things? Am I growing selfishness? You see, Paul actually recognizes this with the Corinthians, and he actually dives into this passage in 1 Corinthians 11, verse 1, and he says this, "Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ." What I love about this is Paul is recognizing something in the Corinthians, and that is this, that the question is not whether or not they're following. You see, the Corinthians, they are following, but they're following all of the wrong things. You see, and Paul points them back to this fundamental truth that you and I are called to follow the example of Christ. And so here's my question for you, and this is something that I just want you to wrestle with today. Ask yourself, who am I following and where are they leading? Can I just encourage you? Follow Jesus, follow the example of Christ, and follow those who follow the example of Christ. I hope this blesses you today.